Good morning, everybody. I am DVV Satish, lecturer in Computer Science of Samhita Degree Colleges, Rajahmundry. Now, I am discussing about fundamentals of object-oriented programming languages. Oriented programming system. The major objective of object-oriented programming approach is to eliminate some of the drawbacks encountered in procedural or structure-oriented programming approach. Some of the drawbacks encountered in procedural or structure-oriented programming approach. What are the drawbacks of structure or procedural-oriented programming? Those are portability. Second one is platform, platform dependency. Third one is security. Those are the drawbacks of structure or procedural oriented programming language. What do you mean by portability? Portability is nothing but ability to move from one computer to another computer. You can write in one computer, can be run on another computer. Structure oriented language provides low level of portability. Next one is dependency. What do you mean by platform? Platform is nothing but combination of software and hardware. Platform dependency. Okay. Structure oriented programming does not provide platform independency, but Java supports platform independency. Java is a object oriented programming language. Third one is security. Java structure oriented programming language cannot provide high level security cannot keep safe from external references or misuses. Those are the drawbacks of structure oriented or procedural oriented programming. Object oriented programming approach. Object oriented programming is an approach that provides a way of modularizing programs by creating a partitioned memory area for both the data and functions. Can be used as a template. Okay, object oriented programming is an approach that provides a way of modularizing programs by creating a memory area for both data and functions that can be used as a templates. Okay. Next one is I am discussing about basic concepts of object oriented programming here. What are the basic concepts? Basic concepts of object oriented programming system. What are they? First one is class, second one is object, third one is method, fourth one is data abstraction, fifth one is data encapsulation, sixth one is inheritance, seventh one is polymorphism, eighth one is message passing or message communication, ninth one is dynamic binding. Now I am discussing about class. What do you mean by class? Class is syntax or structure. It is used to group of related members member data along with its related functionalities. Class is a syntax or structure. It is used to collection of related data and its related functionalities. Simply tell that class is nothing but data and functions into a single unit. Data and functions into a single unit. Data and function into a single unit is called class. Is called class. Is called class. Here, data is nothing but variables. Data is nothing but variables. Function is nothing but methods. Class contain set of variables and methods. Set of variables and methods. One more definition. Class is a group of objects that have the identical properties, common behavior, shared relationship. Shared relationship. Class is a group of objects. Class is group of objects that can have identical properties, common behavior, shared relationship. Properties means what they have. Properties means what they have. ఏమైతే కలిగి ఉన్నారో వాటిని అంటాం ప్రాపర్టీస్ అని చెప్పుకున్నామండి. కామన్ బిహేవియర్ వాట్ దే డూ, వాటితో మనం ఏవైతే చేయగలుగుతున్నామో వాటిని అంటాం బిహేవియర్ అంటాం. బిహేవియర్. షేర్డ్ రిలేషన్షిప్ దట్ ఇండికేట్స్ communication between establishing communication link between data and methods. Okay, this is nothing but class. For example, a student class. Student class can have properties. What are the properties of student? Student number, name of the student, marks of the student, group of the student. Those are called as properties. Properties means what they have. Properties means what they have. Next one is behavior. Behavior means what they do. Behavior is also nothing but actions, methods. Total marks, total fee. These are the behaviors. Those methods are working on those data. These data. Okay. This is the class. Class is nothing but group of objects. Each object can have identical properties, common behavior, shared relationship. One more example. Customer scenario. Customer which can have what? Customer account number, name of the account holder, the amount, deposited amount, withdrawal amount, total balance. These are the properties of customer scenario. What are the behavior of customer? Withdrawal, Bal inquiry deposit. These are properties. Properties. These are behaviors. Behaviors. These are also called as methods. Methods are working on properties. Data. Methods are working on data. For example, we can deposit 5,000 rupees on your account. 5,000 rupees on your account. Needed information. మనకి ఏ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కావాలి? అకౌంట్ నెంబర్ కావాలి. ఎంత అమౌంట్ డిపాజిట్ చేస్తామో కావాలి. అంటే మీరు డిపాజిట్ చేయాలి అన్నా విత్డ్రా చేయాలి అన్నా ఈ డేటా ఉపయోగపడుతుంది లేదా? అంటే మెంబర్ దీస్ ఆర్ మెథడ్స్. మెథడ్స్ ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ ఆన్ data. Methods are working on data. Okay, these are the properties, these are the behaviors. Class is a group of related data along with related functionalities. Related functionalities. These are the concept of class. One more example. One more example. Bird is a class. One more example. Bird is a class. Bird which can have what? Legs, nose, wings, eyes. Legs is used for walking. Walking. Nose is used for catching. Wings is used for flying. Eyes is used for watching. Okay, these are the properties. Birds which can have what? Legs, nose, wings, eyes. That means properties. Properties. What they do? What they do? That is called behaviors. 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 Okay, legs is used for walking, nose is used for catching, wings is used for flying, eyes is used for watching. This is called relationship. Relationship. The member data along with its member functions. Member data along with its member functions. Okay. One more. Parrot is parrot. Parrot is one example of bird class. One example of bird class. Parrot which can have legs, nose, wings, eyes. In parrot, legs is used for walking. Nose is used to catching. Wings is used to flying. Eyes is used for watching. Eyes is used for watching. One more object. Peacock. Peacock which can have what? Legs, nose, wings, eyes. Peacock behaviors ఉన్నాయండి. Walking, catching, flying, watching. Okay. Collection of objects. Collection of objects is called class. Which class? Bird class. Bird class. Okay. Over. Class is over. Class is over. Next topic is object. What do you mean by object? Object is nothing but primary runtime entity. Primary runtime entity. What do you mean by object? Object is nothing but primary runtime entity. In OOPS, the concept of allocating memory space for non-static variables of a class at runtime is called as object. What do you mean by object? Object is nothing but primary runtime entity. Object is used to allocating memory for variables of a class. Simply tell that variables of a class is called object. Okay, is called as object. One more definition. Object is nothing but an instance of class. An instance of class An instance of dynamically allocating memory for variables of a class is called instance. What do you mean by instance? Instance is nothing but allocating memory for variables of a class. క్లాస్లో ఉన్న వేరియబుల్కి మెమరీ అలొకేట్ చేసేదాన్ని ఏమంటామంటే ఇన్స్టాన్స్ అంటామండి. ఇన్స్టాన్స్ అని చెప్పుకున్నామండి. ఓకే, వన్ మోర్. Object is a thing. Object is a thing that makes sense in a specific applications. That make in a sense in a that makes sense in a specific applications. Object is nothing but thing. For example, a spot, a place, a person, any related data item related to program including user defined data type. For example, parrot is an object of class. Parrot is an object of bird class. Parrot is an object of bird class. Parrot is an example of bird class. Parrot. Here, per nature class contains duster, chalkpiece, board, desktop, bench, fan, classroom. Those are called as an object of per nature class. Every object has its own properties. Okay, these are the object. For example, bird class contain legs, wings, nose, eyes. Legs is used for standing, wings is used for flying, nose is used for catching, eyes is used for watch. This is a bird scenario, bird class. Parrot is one example of bird class. Parrot is kind of what? Legs, wings, nose, eyes. Parrot, what they do? Legs is used for standing, wings is used for flying, nose is used for catching, eyes is used for watching. This is the one object of parrot class, one object of bird class. Parrot is an object of bird class. Next one is method. What do you mean by method? Method is nothing but an operation required of an object of an entity which coded in a class is called method. Method is nothing but behavior. For example, withdrawal method. Withdrawal method. Total val equal to total val minus W amount. Total val equal to total val minus W amount. Withdrawal means you can subtract withdrawal amount from total balance. Same as deposit means we can add some amount to the total balance. Total balance less deposited amount, D amount, like that. Okay, these are called as method. Method is nothing but an operation required of an object of an entity which coded in a class is known as method. Method is nothing but behavior. Methods are working on data. Is called as method. Next one is data abstraction. Abstraction refers to the act of representing essential features without including the background details or any explanation. Abstraction refers to the act of representing essential features without including the background details of any explanation. In OOPS, we can define user-defined data type. That is also called as abstracted data type. Abstracted data type. By combining data and function into a single unit is known as class. This feature is also called as data abstraction. This concept is called as data abstraction. For example, a car అనే క్లాస్ తీసుకున్నామండి. కార్ అనే క్లాస్ తీసుకుందాం. కార్లో ఏముంటుంది? కార్ మోడల్ ఉంటుంది. మోడల్, కలర్, ఇంజిన్ మోడల్, ఇంటీరియర్ కలర్, ఎక్స్టీరియర్ కలర్. The act of representing essential features. మనం కార్ని పర్చేజ్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నామండి, కార్ని కొనుక్కుందాం అనుకోండి, మనకి ఏం తెలుస్తుందండి? కార్ మోడల్ చూస్తాం, కార్ కలర్ చెక్ చేసుకుంటాం, ఇంటీరియర్ కలర్ ఏముంది, ఎక్స్టీరియర్ కలర్స్ ఏమున్నాయనేది మనం చూసుకుంటాం. అంతేగానంటే దాని బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ డీటెయిల్స్ మనం ఏమి చెక్ చేయం కదండి. దాని బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ డీటెయిల్స్ అంటే ఇంజిన్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ ఎక్కడ జరిగింది, ఇంజిన్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ ఎలా చేశారు, అవేమి మనం పట్టించుకోం కదండి. దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ యాజ్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్షన్, జస్ట్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్షన్. ఓవర్ వ్యూ తీసుకోవడానికి ఏమన్నమాట? డేటా అబ్స్ట్రాక్షన్ అని చెప్పినాం. అలాగే క్లాస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్టెడ్ డేటా టైప్. క్లాస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్ డేటా టైప్. దెన్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ క్లాస్ అని చెప్పుకున్నామండి. దెన్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ క్లాస్ అని చెప్తున్నాం. దిస్ టెక్నిక్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ as data abstraction. The abstraction refers to the act of representing essential features without any background details. Next one is data encapsulation. Data encapsulation means the wrapping up of data and functions into a single unit, also called as class. The wrapping up, binding up, grouping up data and function into a single unit is called class. This technique is also called as encapsulation. Encapsulation provides what? Security. In OOPS, data encapsulation provides security. The data is not accessible to outside of the world. Accessible to outside the world. Okay, outside the world. In OOPS, data encapsulation provides security and keeps safe from external references or misuses. Okay, now data encapsulating data and function in a single unit. For example, ఒక క్యాప్సూల్ చూసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి. క్యాప్సూల్ చూసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి. క్యాప్సులేటింగ్ పారాసిటమాల్ క్యాప్సూల్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి. పారాసిటమాల్ క్యాప్సూల్ ఏముంటుందండి? మెడిసిన్ ఉంటుంది. మెడిసిన్తో పాటు దానికి ఒక క్వాలిటీని అసైన్ చేస్తున్నాం, ఒక లక్షణాన్ని అసైన్ చేస్తున్నాం. అంటే డిసీజ్ తగ్గించే లక్షణాన్ని మనం అసైన్ చేస్తున్నాం. డిసీజ్ని తగ్గించే లక్షణాన్ని. అంటే క్యాప్సూల్ కంటైన్స్ పౌడర్, సమ్ మెడిసిన్ which assigns some quality, reducing the power of diseases. డిసీజ్ని తగ్గించే పవర్ని మనం అసైన్ చేస్తున్నామండి. Okay, class contains what? Data and function in a single unit. Encapsulation means that encapsulating data and code is manipulated in a single unit is known as class. This technique is also called as data encapsulation. Data encapsulation provides security and keep safe from accidental references and misuses. Okay, data encapsulation over. Next topic is inheritance. What do you mean by inheritance? Inheritance is nothing but inheritance is the process by which object of one class can acquire the properties of objects of another class. Inheritance is the process by which object of one class can acquire the object of another class. Objects of another class. Inheritance is a process. Okay. Simply tell that inheritance is nothing but deriving a new class from base class, which is also called as inheritance. Deriving a class is called as derived class. It is also called as existing class, or base class. Acquiring all the properties of existing class are inherited to the derived class. Acquiring all the properties of existing class are inherited to the derived class. This is also class. This class is also class. Superclass. This class is also known as subclass. All the properties of superclass are inherited to the subclass. This is also called as inheritance. Acquiring all the properties. Superclass లో ఉన్న all the properties అన్ని కూడా subclass కి ఏమవ్వాలండి? Inherited గా రావాలి. That is also called as inheritance. Inheritance provides what? Inheritance provides idea of reusability. Code reusability means you have to write only once but use multiple times. That is also called as a reusability. Okay, reuse, multiple use. You can write only once but use multiple times. That means we can add additional features to an existing class without any modification. For example, person is a class. Student is a class. Student is derived from person class. Student is derived from person class. Person which can have what? Person which can have SSN ID, name of the person, age of the person, or date of birth of the person, gender of the person. Student which can have what? Student number, marks of the subject, fees, group, like that, group, mobile number. These are the properties of student class. These are the properties of person class. Before inheritance, person which can have how many properties are there? 4 properties. Okay. Student which can have how many properties? 5 properties. Participating inheritance. Those classes are participating inheritance. Person class which can have four properties, four data members. Student which can have what? After inheritance, acquiring all the properties of superclass are related to subclass. So, student which can have how many properties? 5 plus 4. Here 5 is a own properties of student. Here 4 is a properties of person. Properties of person. Student which can have what? How many properties are there? After inheritance? 9 properties. 9 properties. Acquiring all the properties of person class are inherited to the student class. Are inherited to the student class. We can add additional features. We can add additional features. Code reusability. Inheritance provides what? Code reusability. Code reusability means we can add additional features to an existing class without any modification. Without any modification in programming code. In programming code. For example, we can add additional feature age of the person. We can add the age attribute. We can add the age attribute to person class. To person class. So person which can have how many properties? 5 properties. Student which can have how many properties? 5 plus 5 10 properties. Okay, we can add additional features to an existing class without any modification of subclass. Without any modification of subclass. Subclass లో modifications ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయండి? ఏం చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. Subclass. Subclass. Subclass which can have all the properties of superclass. Subclass which can have all the properties of superclass. And student class ఏం చేస్తుందండి? స్టూడెంట్ క్లాస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సబ్ క్లాస్ లో ఉన్న ప్రాపర్టీస్ అన్నిటిని కూడా యాక్సింగ్ చేసుకుంటుందండి. యాక్సింగ్ చేసుకుంటుంది. దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్. Java provides 4 types of inheritance. What are they? Single or simple inheritance. Single or simple inheritance. Next one is hierarchical inheritance. Third one is multi-level inheritance. Fourth one is multiple inheritance. Single or simple inheritance. Deriving a new class from only one base class. Deriving a new class from one base class. This is also called as single or simple inheritance. Here, student class deriving a student class from person class. This is also called as single or simple inheritance. Every student is a person. Here is a relationship. In inheritance, maintains a relationship. Every student is a person. Here person is a superclass. Student is a derived class. But base class is also called as superclass or also called as parent class. Here student is a derived class or new class or child class. This is called single or simple inheritance. Now hierarchical inheritance. Deriving more than one new classes from only one base class, which is also called as which is also called as hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Deriving more than one new classes from only one base class, which is also called as hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Here, person is a parent class. Student is a child class. One more child is employee. Student and employee classes are derived from person class. Person class. Person class. Student and employee are derived from person class. Person has a two types. One more student. Next one is employee. In hierarchical inheritance, maintain a has a relationship. Has a relationship. Has a relationship. Student and employees are the child classes of person class. Child classes of person class. All the properties of person class are inherited to student class and also employee class. Person which can have what? Person which can have what? SSN ID. Name of the person. Name of the person. Date of birth. Those are the properties of person class. Those are the properties of person class. Student which can have student number. Name is not required. Name is not required because of name in presence of person class. Person class. Marks group. Employee class has its properties. What are they? Employee, salary of the employee, designation of employee. These are the properties of employee class. After inheritance, student is derived from person class. Person which can have how many properties? Three properties. Student which can have how many properties? After inheritance. And after inheritance means participating inheritance. Participating inheritance. Three own properties or inherited properties three. Total 6 properties are there. In employee side, own properties three. Employee properties three. Inherited properties three. Total 6. Total 6. Okay. One more. Hierarchical inheritance. Deriving more than one new classes from only one base class. From only one base class, which is also called as hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Next one is multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Deriving a new class from one base class, which is also called as one more base class. Deriving a new class from one base class, which is also derived from another base class. Another base class is also known as inheritance. C is derived from B, B is also derived from A. Here, A is a parent class, C is a children class. C is a children class. Grandfather, father, children. Grandfather, father, children. This is called multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Next one is multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. Derive a new class from more than one base class. From more than one base class. From more than one base class. C is derived from A and B. C is derived from A and B. Java does not support this type of mechanism. Java does not support this type of mechanism. C is derived from A and B. This is impossible in Java. But Java supports multiple inheritance. Java supports multiple inheritance by using concept of interfaces. By using concept of interfaces. Interfaces. By using the new concept of interfaces. ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ యూజ్ చేయడం వల్ల జావాలో మల్టిపుల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ అనేది పాసిబుల్ అవుతుందండి. వితౌట్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ జావా డస్ నాట్ సపోర్ట్స్ మల్టిపుల్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్. These are the inheritance. These are the concept of inheritance. Which one is polymorphism. Polymorphism is another important group concept. Polymorphism means ability to take more than one form. Ability to take more than one form. For example, poly means many. Morphism means forms or actions. Many forms or many actions అని చెప్పొచ్చు. ఓకే, అందుకే ఏమన్నా ఎబిలిటీ టు polymorphism means the ability to take more than one form or more than one action. For example, an operation may exhibit different behavior in different instances. For example, an operation may exhibit different behavior in different instances. The behavior depends upon the type of data used in the operation. The behavior depends upon the type of data used in the operation. Okay, polymorphism is the ability to take more than one form. An operation may exhibit different behavior in different instances. The behavior depends upon the types of data used in the operation. For example, consider the addition operation. Addition can produce summa. Addition of two numbers. For example, 2 plus 3 that is equal to 5. Here, addition operation. It's produce summa. Summa. If the two operands are numeric, which can operate addition, which can produce 5, that is called summa. If the two operands are numerics, which can produce summa, like that. Here addition plus samhita plus college equal to samhita college. Here plus if the two operands are strings, then the operation would produce third string by concatenation. If the two operands are numerics, then produce summa. Here plus operator which can exhibit so many forms, 2 forms. What are they? Addition, concatenation. Plus operation, addition, concatenation. The single operator which can operate, how many operations are there? 2 operations. What are they? Addition, concatenation. Here arguments are numeric, then produce addition. Then can operate addition which can produce summa. If arguments are strings, then the operation would produce the third string by concatenation ఇక్కడ 2 3 అయినా న్యూమరిక్స్ కాబట్టి 5 వచ్చింది అలాగే ఇక్కడ సమీత కాలేజ్ సమీత ఈజ్ ఏ స్ట్రింగ్ collection of characters nothing but string college is a collection of characters is nothing but string samita plus college that called samita college okay this is called third string which can operation what is the operation concatenation okay okay a single function name can be used to handle different number and different type of arguments different number of arguments and different type of arguments single function name can be used to handle different number and different type of arguments okay polymorphism will be divided into two categories what are they static polymorphism dynamic polymorphism static static polymorphism के example ఫ్యూచర్ లో నేర్చుకుంటాం మెథడ్ ఓవర్లోడింగ్ స్టాటిక్ పాలిమార్ఫిజం మెథడ్ ఓవర్లోడింగ్ అంటే డిఫైనింగ్ మల్టిపుల్ మెథడ్స్ విత్ సేమ్ నేమ్ అండ్ number of argument will be same but type of argument will be different this is also called as method overloading that is also known as static polymorphism static polymorphism static polymorphism dynamic polymorphism static polymorphism which is also known as method overloading defining multiple methods with the same name number of argument will be same but different type of arguments dynamic polymorphism in inheritance both subclass and superclass have methods with the same name and same signature means number of arguments and type of arguments will be same in both base and subclass both base and subclass this concept is called as method overriding okay method overriding in future method overloading and method overriding we'll discuss next topic is dynamic binding binding refers to a linking of a procedure call to the code to be executed in response to the call binding refers to linking of a procedure call to the code to be executed in response to the call binding is nothing but link establishing variables and variables of class and object of class for example class student scenario class here class is a keyword student is a name of the class student can have student number integer name of the student as name number name which contain char marks should be 4 like that some methods total marks this is the class in test class public static void main string outs of student class. I can create an object of student class. Student class by using the syntax student s1. Here s1 is an object of student class that can assign a memory by using which operator? New operator. New student. New student. Student s1 equal to new student. Here new is a memory allocation operator. Memory allocation operator. The statements executes in memory. In memory. In memory. S1 is an object of student class. S1 an object of student class. S1 which contain what? Number, name, marks. In Java, integer variable occupies how many bytes? 4 bytes. Char variable occupies, each character occupies 2 bytes of memory. Total 10 into 20 bytes. Float should be 4 bytes. Total 28 bytes of memory named as S1. 28 bytes of memory. 28 bytes of memory named as S1. Which can allocate storing variables of a value of number, value of name, value of marks. It can store number of the value of the number, value of the name, marks. For example, number 101. Name of the student is called X. Marks 401. 401. This is an object. This is an object. Already discussed. Object is nothing but primary runtime entity. Object is nothing but primary runtime entity. And the object is used to allocating memory space of a variables of the class. Variables of the class. Okay, clear? Right. Okay. Binding refers to a linking of a procedure call to the code. Call to the code to be executed in response to the call. Every programming execution starts with main method. Every programming execution starts with main method. Next line, student s1 equal to new student. Here, main class. This is called test class. This is called student class. All the properties of students are accessed in test class. Here, s1 is an object. Number, name, marks. Number, name, marks. These variables S1 is an object. This object can access student number, student name, student marks. This link is called binding. This link is called binding. Binding at runtime is called dynamic binding. Dynamic binding refers to the code associated with a given procedure call is not known until the time of call at runtime is called as dynamic binding. Dynamic binding refers to the code associated with a given procedure call to the code is not known until at the time of call at runtime is called dynamic binding. Dynamic binding. This is also called as dynamic binding. Simply tell that binding is nothing but linking of a procedure call to the code. Here, procedure call to code. Call చేస్తాం ఏమన్నామంటే సింపుల్ s1 dot number s1 dot number లేదా s1 dot total marks s1 dot total marks s1 dot total marks. Total marks is the s1 is an object of student class. S1 which contains total marks. Total marks are accessed by using S1 object. S1 object. Total mark is the method. Total mark is the method. These methods are executed by using which object? S1. What is S1? S1 is an object of student class. That is also called as binding. Binding. Okay. Last concept is message passing or message communication. Message passing or message communication. message passing or message communication. The object-oriented program consists of set of objects that communicate with each other. The process of programming in object-oriented language therefore involve the following steps. Following steps. What are the steps? Creating classes that define objects and behaviors. Creating objects that class definitions from the class definitions. Establishing communication among objects. Okay. What do you mean by message passing or message communication? Okay. The object-oriented programming consists of set of objects that communicate with each other. ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్లో సెట్ ఆఫ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయండి. ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అన్నీ కూడా ఒకదానికి అవ్వాలి, కమ్యూనికేట్ అవ్వాలి. ఓకే, ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ ఇన్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ దేర్ ఫోర్ ఇన్వాల్వ్ ది ఫాలోయింగ్ స్టెప్స్ ఏమున్నాయండి? స్టెప్స్ ఏమని చెప్పుకున్నాం? క్రియేటింగ్ క్లాసెస్ దట్ డిఫైన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్. క్లాసెస్ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్ 1, క్రియేటింగ్ క్లాసెస్ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. అలాగే ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అని డిఫైన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ and their behaviors and their methods. This is the first role. Second one, creating objects from that class definitions. మనకున్న క్లాస్ ఏవైతే ఆ క్లాస్ని బేస్ చేసుకుని ఏం చేయాలి? ఆబ్జెక్ట్ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. అంటే ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలి అంటే మనం ఏం చేయాలి? తప్పనిసరిగా ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలి అంటే మనం తప్పనిసరిగా ఏం చేయాలి? ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఏదో తెలుసుకోవాలి. క్లాస్లో ఏ ఉన్నాయి, క్లాస్లో ఏ యాట్రిబ్యూట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఏ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఏ మెథడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, దాన్ని బేస్ చేసి మనం ఏం చేయాలి? ఆబ్జెక్ట్ని క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవాలి. నెక్స్ట్ మనం ఏం చేయాలి? ఓకే, సెకండ్ వన్ ఏమన్నా క్రియేటింగ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ క్లాస్ డెఫినిషన్స్. Third one, establishing a communication link among objects. The object ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేయాలి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇలా ఉంది ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ OBJ1, మరొక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇలా ఉంది OBJ2, మరొక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఉంది OBJ3, మరొక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఉంది OBJ4. మనం ఏం చేయాలి? ఆబ్జెక్ట్లో ఉన్న మెథడ్స్, డేటా ఏం చేయాలి? షేర్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇలా ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇలా ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేసుకుంటే దీన్ని మనం ఏమంటామంటే మెసేజ్ పాసింగ్ ఆర్ మెసేజ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ అంటాం. దీస్ ఆర్ ది basic concepts of object oriented programming system.